Hi, this is Phil from Pollyanna's Parchment Craft. Last week I showed you this card. We've since embellished it down with a bit of glitter on the roofs to imitate snow and also on the Happy Christmas. So today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to emboss this card with your scanning cut and also cut out those little stars at the top there, all without taking anything off the machine. So here we go. I am using gold card this week. It's Pollyanna's DX Universal Embossing Mat. I call it Universal because you can use the mat for either card or parchment. We do embossing tools for both. I'm using the Brother SDX 125 on the newer machines. There we go, mats loaded. Never ever had a single problem with mats, unlike some other company I could mention, but never mind. Now what we do, we've got the design on the screen. The design's 4.5 to take to work on a 6-inch card. You can just see it there. I'll move the machine over so you can see the tool holder. Whoops, wrong way. I'll never get an Oscar for this, will I? There we go. Right. Now this is the bog standard pen holder. It's been out since the very first scanning cut. Bog standard pen holder and Pollyanna's parchment card embossing tool. So tool in the holder, holder in the machine, clamp it down. Now we put our card on with masking tape on 3 sides, always making sure that the top left hand corner is covered. Cheap masking tape from any of your cheap shops that you can get, £1 a roll. I'll get more than 1 roll for £1 in some of the cheaper stores that are around. It's a throwaway item, so don't go spending money on expensive tapes when this does perfectly well. Been using it now since we started. 4 years now, and there we go, we are starting doing the design. Now with our system you use a tool in the pen holder and you use the draw function. You don't use no setting up for the embossing function, you just use the draw function. It's that simple. If the machine will draw it, with our system it will emboss it. We emboss card and we emboss parchment. Parchment obviously is embossed on the back so that you would now be working on the left hand side of that card instead of the right hand side, and the Happy Christmas would have to be reversed. So this is, as I say, the new machine. You can do exactly the same as this on any CM machine you've got, 300, 350, 500, 550, special edition 700, the 600 or the 900, and anything in between depending where you live in the world. They've all got different numbers, but this works perfectly well and you'll get exactly the same result with the CM300 as you will with the DX SDX 225. The difference being the SDX and DX models are quieter. They've got an automatic blade, which is useful in some cases, not in this case, and a 600 DPI scanner dots per square inch rather than a 300 on the CM range. Is all that worth the extra money? In my opinion, no. It's a nice machine, it's a robust machine, it's a lovely looking machine. If you've got the money to spare, go ahead, but if you're just starting out, you might as well start out with the 300 that you can pick up quite cheaply. I don't honestly think that the DX is worth the extra money, but that's just me. I'm not selling the machine, I'm just showing you how to do certain things on it that even Brother themselves don't do. We've been doing this now for 4 years. I am pleasantly surprised at the number of DX mats that we sold in this time. I sold thousands of the CM range, and we're now into the hundreds in the DX range already. We also do cutting mats. This is Polyana's cutting mat. This one is for the CM range. It is a non-adhesive mat, so you put your own adhesive on it, as you would if you were resticking the original one, and you can have it medium, low, high tack, or low tack one day, a bit more adhesive on the next day, high tack. Clean it off and start all over again. We do 12-inch cutting mats for the DX and for the CM range, and we do a 12-24 for the DX as well. The DX unfortunately only feeds one way. The CM, as most of you who've got them will know, the mats will go in either way around. Not so with the DX. My comments on that I'll keep to myself, I suppose. There we go, we've finished embossing. I've filled in the Happy Christmas, so in case you want to leave the design as it is without putting any glitter on it, I'll try and get it on the screen. My camera skills are pretty lousy. Cecil B. DeMille is fine. There we go, the Happy Christmas is embossed heavier than the rest of it because it's had the fill function on that. That's what we've just embossed. Get the camera right back in the right position if it stops falling over. Just roll the sellotape over there for those of you who are interested in picking up the chunk I've got on my workspace. Now we're going to cut these stars out at the top, and I'm going to cut the stars out without damaging the embossing mat. You can't take this off the mat and scan it because the design is the same colour as the mat. The scanner will not pick it up. It's not that good. Not even on the DX, it will not pick it up. So we need to leave it where it is. So how are we going to do that? This is dead simple. Again, everything I do is simple. Piece of ordinary white copy paper. You know, the stuff you buy at 500 sheets for $3.29 at your local cheap shop. Ordinary copy paper, slit onto the one side. Don't put card underneath it because card will be thicker and it will put the machine out and you will find it fall sideways on it. So just put paper underneath it, it won't notice the difference of the thickness. Now, here's the important part. We use the standard blade, not the all singing, all dancing automatic blade. We use a standard blade for the simple reason that the automatic blade would judge the thickness of the mat and the card and cut half of that if you put it on the half cut function, which would go through the card, the white paper and the top surface of the mat. So we use a standard blade. I've got mine set at 5 at the moment. It's always good to set it where you think. If that's not enough, we can always recut it, the machine. If it's calibrated properly, which most of the new ones are, if it's calibrated properly, it will always cut in the same place. So we're now ready to cut out these stars, as you can see at the top. This is just purely so I can show you how it's done on this machine using the embossing mat without damaging the embossing mat. So we call it up, we tell it to cut this time, so you can only see the 5 stars on the screen. Just 5, no, 10, 6 stars. And there we go, cutting away at the stars. There we go. That's the last one, I believe. Wrong. That's the last one. There we go. Right, there's our stars, but I don't think it's cut through the pokey tool. No, it hasn't. So the blade was set on 5 that time. They're going to set it to 6. The pressure is set at 0 and the speed is set at 3. We want to set the pressure at 0 so that the blade holder doesn't mark the mirror card. Let's try it again, setting the blade depth at 6. You set it at 5 and it's not enough, and you set it at 6 and it cuts it, that's fine. If you set it heavier and you go through first time, you're going to go through the card, the paper and the mat. So let's start little and move up if it's not enough. If it is enough, you're fine. There we go, that's cutting those out. Let's have a look this time. I can see straight away, so I can see white paper, that yes, it has cut them out. So now we finish cutting, remove the mat from the machine, and as you can see, it hasn't cut, hasn't even marked the paper. So it doesn't mark the paper, it doesn't mark the mat. Now I take the masking tape off, which I was going to say is very easy. Had I said that, it wouldn't come off at all, but it is coming off quite easy. You leave yourself a little bit to grab hold of at the end, especially if, like me, your nails aren't very long. So, there we go, let's take it off. And there we have the mat. And there is the design embossed and cut out. Let's just push the rest of these stars out. It's got in exactly the same place the second time. Could have possibly done with 6 1/4 in the maybe. But 6 is alright, all the stars are coming out fine. Take them out from the back. There we go, all the stars cut out, the design as it was on the silver one with Happy Christmas. Now if you want to embellish that with some silver glitter on the roofs, maybe a different colour glitter on the writing, whatever you want to do with it, there is the basics. There's the silver one I showed you last week, but has now been enhanced. And there's what I've done on black parchment. Black parchment you emboss on the reverse, so you flick the Happy Christmas. You can't see much on the reverse, so you work on that. You've done Happy Christmas, and it's quite dramatic on black parchment, red card. The card was cut out on the scanner cutter as well. So there we go, we have the design ready for you to cut down to the size you want for whatever card you want. You can do the design again as a topper if you want to, or parts of the design by ungrouping and using parts of the design. Happy Christmas is a lot bolder, so if you want to leave the card as it is, that's fine also. And Pollyanna's DX embossing mat. Everything's available from PollyannaParchmentCraft.com, including a card embossing tool that, as I say, fits the standard pen holder. And please, this is important, use a standard blade, not an automatic blade. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope the tutorial has been of interest and useful to you. It's one way of using a machine that you may not have thought of. It's a good way of using it, especially for card making or anytime I'm doing embossing. And the more astute amongst you will notice that I'm using a damaged mat, and believe it or not, it was the automatic blade that did that. That's why I didn't think the very first time I did it. So thanks for watching. Polyanic Bartering Craft.